Please turn your phones down or put it on airplane mode. In res- with Please refrain from recording and do not clap. Thank you very much. We will begin shortly. Hi, and welcome to this drawing of lots of the 14th edition of the World Championship for Beach Volleyball, Tlaxcala 2023. We are pleased to have you in such a big event. I am Paulina Garcia and I am with Heriberto Murrieta. We are eager and anxious to know how the groups will be set up for this top tier category competition. Here we will receive the top of the volleyball players. This is a state that is small, but it is rich in culture, in food, and its people has plenty of warmth. Hi, I'm very glad to be with you, Pau. Welcome to this drawing of lots for the Beach Volleyball World Championship in Tlaxcala 2023. This is a state with lots of safety for the whole Mexican country, of great innovation, of great culture. Also, there's a great bullfighting tradition because it is a long-standing tradition. And in this case, we see how the bullfighting rings have been transformed into volleyball courts for this championship. One of the things that makes this event so unique is, just as you mentioned, this context of the bullfighting. Last year, Tlaxcala was part of the tour where athletes loved it and also everyone who assisted and watched. In a sport just like beach volleyball, that is so easy, so heartwarming, so family oriented, it is that which we intend to convey to you. It is 48 teams for men's and women's, and we are, of course, ready. This is the first time that it is performed in Mexico. It has no precedent. This is an old theater in which we are standing right now with almost a century since it was first opened, and it is worth mentioning that we will have 2 tickets for the Olympics in Paris 2024, along with $1 million in prizes with this event that is of world category here in Tlaxcala, which is a state in the center of Mexico that is easily accessible through the city of Puebla or Mexico City. Yes, we are on the brink of the 2024 Olympics. Just as you mentioned, the winners will get a ticket to go to Paris 2024, and above all, they will earn the love of the spectators and of the other colleagues, which is something that makes Mexico unique, that we want to share with you, and that some of them experienced. And this will be held on October from 5th to the 15th. So, with no further ado, we will welcome the FIVB president, Yu Xiao, so that he will explain to us how this drawing will be held. Muchísimas gracias, damas y caballeros. Honorable público, muchas gracias por estar con nosotros en la ceremonia del día de hoy para el campeonato de 2023. En primer lugar, en nombre de la FIVB, me gustaría agradecer al Estado y a su gobierno, a la CONADE y a la Federación Mexicana de Voleibol, especialmente bajo la tutela de Gabriela Guevara y de todo su equipo, para traer nuestro evento insignia hacia México, hasta el corazón de México, en los distintos 3 arenas. Es la primera vez en la que el campeonato mundial llega a Latinoamérica, a México, por lo menos en las últimas 2 décadas. Esta es la 14ª edición del campeonato. La competencia tendrá 48 equipos, tanto en hombres como en mujeres, y un premio de $1 millón. Por lo tanto, no nos queda duda que todos los equipos, las delegaciones y los aficionados quedarán gratamente impresionados por su bienvenida y por su hospitalidad. además de la gran calidad del deporte que viviremos. También me gustaría recalcar, como mencionaron anteriormente, es que los ganadores de este campeonato en Tlaxcala calificarán para el primer boleto para la competencia de los Juegos Olímpicos de París 2024, que estará justo en París. El día de hoy, nuestra misión es obtener los 48 equipos para los 12 grupos. Y las reglas son bastante simples. Básicamente, vamos a tener 4 sorteos en un sistema de serpiente. En primer lugar, tenemos que resaltar que el equipo mexicano va a estar en el lugar 12 y los demás van a estar de acuerdo a su calificación. No va a haber 2 equipos del país anfitrión y puede haber hasta un máximo de 2 equipos de otros países, pero no más. Antes de comenzar, mostraremos un video para darles más información.
The FIVB Beach Volleyball World Championships. Drawing of lots explained. 48 teams per gender have qualified for the World Championships 2023 in Tlaxcala, Mexico. But how does the drawing system work? Let's start with the simple part. The 48 qualified teams will be split into 12 groups of 4 teams. Now let's talk about the seeding. Each team's seeding is determined by their performance on the Beach Pro Tour, and they are ranked accordingly from 1 through to 48. The top-ranked team from the host nation, Mexico, will be seeded number 1 if they are among the top 12 in the seeding list. If they rank below the top 12, they'll be seeded at 12. The other host country teams taking part will be placed as per their natural seeding. Now here comes the draw. Firstly, the top 12 seeds are placed into each of the 12 pools in accordance with their respective seeding points. So the number 1 seed is placed in Pool A, the number 2 seed in Pool B, and so on. To complete the pool lineups, 4 draws will take place to determine which teams make up each pool. Now, these are based on each team's seeding position. The first draw involves seeds 13 to 18, which are placed into pools L to G, following a serpentine system. The second draw has seeds 19 to 24, placed into pools F to A. Draws 3 and 4 follow, with draw 3 positioning those teams seeded 25 to 36 into every pool following the serpentine system. Draw 4 follows the same approach, drawing the 12 remaining teams seeded 37 to 48 into pools L to A. However, teams from the host country, Mexico, cannot be drawn in the same pool. Should a team from Mexico be drawn in a pool which already contains a Mexican team, that second team is placed back into the pot and a new team will be drawn instead. There is also a similar rule for other nations, where no more than 2 teams per country can be in the same pool. Therefore, if, for example, 2 Brazilian teams are already drawn together in one pool and a third Brazilian team is drawn for that pool, that team will be placed back in the pot and another team will be drawn. And that concludes the draw. You can watch all the action live on volleyballworld.tv.
Please check everything live on volleyballworld.tv. Awesome. Those are the instructions of how the event will be held. And let us begin. And for that, we will greet, first of all, personalities such as the governor of the state of Tlaxcala, Licenciada Lorena Cuellar. Likewise, we would like to have on stage the president of the Mexican Federation of Volleyball, Mr. Perales. Hi, nice to have you with us. It is a pleasure to have you with us. How important is this tournament for Tlaxcala on all different points, from social to tourism and sports? Thank you to the championship for le- getting to us. We will be the host of this great championship. We have plenty of richness to give. It is so magical that you won't believe it exists. It is full of history, of great gastronomy, and there is no doubt that you will fall in love when you meet the state of Tlaxcala. It is the smallest state of Mexico, the safest in the country, and of course, we are traditionally hosts, and we want to show you our presence and how it is felt. Yes, and it will certainly not be the last time you want to be here. Mr. President, what does that mean for the Mexican Volleyball Federation to have this event on Mexican soil? It is a fantastic opportunity for Mexican volleyball. Not only do we have the opportunity to have domestic teams taking part in such a high stakes championship, it is an opportunity for the whole country to live this event, for the fans to actually see live this type of event, and it is also an opportunity for the youth to observe and grow on their technique. And that is, of course, possible thanks to the collaboration of the state and its Ministry of Sports. And I profusely say thank you to this government. Yes, it is a sport that we want to foster in this country and on this state. Thank you very much, and we invite you to place yourselves on the urns. Before, let's get to know our top 12 seeds, who will lead each different pool according to their ranking in the previous World Tour. Beginning on Pool A, we have Ana Patricia and Duda from Brazil. Of course, going to Pool B, we have Nas and Claude. In Pool C, we have the team from the US of Hughes and Chang. On Pool D, we have Melissa and Brandy from Canada. On Pool E, we have the Australian team of Maria Fe and Clancy. On Pool F, we have Carol and Barbara from Brazil. On the Pool G, we have the Swiss team of Huberly and Brunner. On Pool H, from the Netherlands, we have Stam and Shun. On Pool I, we have China with Xue and Xia. On Pool J, we have Italia with Gottardi and Menegatti. On K, we have the German team of Müller and Tillman. And on Pool L, we have the Mexican team of Gutierrez and Flores. Now let us begin with the drawing of lots. Please, Madam Governor, help us reveal who will be the first team to join the L group, apart from Mexico. Remember to shuffle the spheres before taking them. And in Group L, we have the second team that will be the Swiss team with Verger Després and Meder. It is a highly respected team in Mexico. Now to the following group, Pool K. Let's see which is the second seed for Pool K. Remember to shuffle. This is the team of Brazil, of Tainá and Victoria. This is the second team of that pool. Now, moving to Pool J, we have Cotardi and Menegatti who will join. The North American team of Scholes and Flint. Now, moving to Pool I. We have China, and now let's see who meets this team on Pool I. It is the US team of Cannon and Sponsil. We have two spheres left on that urn. Please shuffle them so that we can have who will have the pleasure to join Pool H along with the Netherlands. And it is the team from Switzerland of Esme and Zoe. The last sphere of the round goes on Pool G with Huberli and Brunner, and it's from Latvia with Tina and Anastasia. Perfect. This is the first round of the draw, and we are beginning to see a trend in this pool drawing. Now, moving forward to the following urn. Perfect. Let's see who is the second team to join the Pool F. It is the German team from Ludwig and Lippmann. We have the Australian team on Pool E, who will be joined by who, Madam Governor? It is the team from Poland. Now, let's move to Pool D, where Melissa and Brandy from Canada will meet the second team. And let's discover who this is. It is from the Czech Republic, with Ermanova and Stoshlova. Now, we are missing only 3 to have all pools with 2 teams. And in Pool C we have the Brazilian team of Agatha and Rebecca. Now, in Pool B, remembering that we go from L to A, we have Nas and Claude from the US, who will be joined by the other Brazilian team of Andresa and Vitoria. Perfect. Now, finally, on Pool A, Ana Patricia and Duda, the current champions, will be joined by France with Plachette and Richard. So far, this is the setup of all 12 pools. We are beginning to see shape. Maybe some matches are more interesting to you than others. And now let's see who are the third seeds for the different groups. Yes, there is several teams from Brazil right now. And now let's take a look at the third member of Pool L. Pool L will have as a third member the team from Finland. We have to stop this because the pool is incorrect. So, in a correction, Finland will join Pool A. Just to correct and to reaffirm, this was on Pool A, not on Pool L. Now, on Pool B, we have Nas and Claude from the US and Andres and Vitoria from Brazil. And now, the third team to be part of this pool is Lithuania. Perfect. Now let's take a look at the following pool, Pool C. The third team is Germany, who will join Brazil and the US. Now, on Pool D, along with the Czech Republic and Canada, the third team is the team of Paraguay, with Erika and Michelle. Now, let's move forward to Pool E, where we have the team of Australia and Poland. And the third team that will be part of Pool E is the team from Spain of Liliana and Paula. Now, in Pool F, we have Brazil and Germany so far. And the following team to be part of Pool F is Japan. With Ishii and Mitsue. On Pool G, the third team of this pool will be coming in a couple seconds, and it is the Argentinian team of Galay and Pereira. Now in Pool H we have the Netherlands and Switzerland, who will be joined by Canada, with the duo of Papan and McMahon. On Pool I we have China and the US. Now let's reveal who is the third team of Pool I on this 2023 World Championship. And this is the second Spanish team of Alvarez and Moreno. Now in Pool J, we have the Austrian team with the Klinger duo that will join Italy and the US. Now we have two pools to go to finish with this round of drawing. And now we have the Chinese team with Dong and Won. Keep on shuffling. And so far, the last of the thirds is the Thai team. Now let's go to the very last urn to finish with this draw, so we can analyze further. Please wait a second, Governor, because we will see that we have the Pool L on screen. Please help us reveal who is the final element of Pool L. Now the president will act because, remembering, we cannot have two Mexican teams on the same pool. Please, Governor, take another sphere. The president will hold the sphere. It was a low probability, but this can happen. According to the rules, there cannot be two teams from the host country. Okay, Mozambique, Vanessa and sin aportar. And the president will return the Mexican sphere back to the urn. Who is the director of competition for beach volleyball, made the proper adjustment. According to the rules, once again, there cannot be two teams from the host country. Now, in Pool K, we have the team of Alex and Harvard. Now, on Pool J, the final team is Costa Rica, of Quesada and Williams. Now let's move to Pool I. We have China, we have the US, we have Spain, and it is Mexico who has the fourth slot on Pool I, with Torres and Rivera. Now, moving to Pool H. We have the Netherlands, Switzerland, Canada. And last but not least, we have Puerto Rico with Navas and Gonzalez. Moving forward to Pool G, who is waiting to know which is the last member. It is Ariana and Carelis on Pool G. On Pool F, it is the Nigerian team with Noruga and Franco. Now, Pool E will receive its last member, where we have the Spanish team of Liliana and Paula, and now we have the Dominican Republic with Almanzar and Payan. Now only 4 teams are missing, and for Pool D, the fourth slot will be used by Morocco. Now let's move to Pool C. We are almost at the end of our drawing of lots for the women's tournament. Brazil, Germany and the US are on Pool C, and they will be joined by the Mexican team of Albarrán and Vidal Rezaga. Perfect. Now there's only 2 to go. And on Pool B, the last member is the Japanese team of Akiko and Yurika. Now, on Pool A, there is only 1 team to allocate from the American continent. In this time, it is Chile with Rivas Zapata and Chris. Perfect. Now let's take a good look at how the World Championship will be held. Thank you very much, Madam Governor and Mr. President. Let's take a look on how the pools are distributed. There are pools that are stronger than others. We have tough groups all across. The one from Brazil, Germany and Mexico. we'll expect lots and lots of good matches. And also, there is Torres and Rivera on Pool I, and also the team of Gutierrez and Flores. Now, on the meantime, we will take out the open spheres, and in a couple seconds, we will begin with the following drawing of lots for the men's tournament of this Beach Volleyball World Championship of Tlaxcala 2023. Now, let's take another close look at the different pools. And what do you think about this? Now let's watch this video.
Welcome to Tlaxcala, Mexico. It's a land with a warrior spirit, rich in history, culture, and traditions, with majestic mountains, valleys adorned with colorful flowers, and serene lagoons. Our artisanal heritage shines in each creation, highlighting the remarkable skills of local artisans. The culture comes alive in our dances and festivals, where every step narrates a piece of our history. Its temples, impressive haciendas, colonial buildings, and modern developments stand as testaments to our rich past and present. The authentic flavors of Tlaxcala cuisine, rooted in ancestral gastronomy, awaken the sense with each bite. But what truly sets Tlaxcala apart is its warm and welcoming people, always ready to greet you with a smile and open arms. Join us in Tlaxcala from October 5th to 15th to experience the 2023 Beach Volleyball World Championship, marking the first time this event leaves Europe in 20 years and arrives in Latin America. Discover why Tlaxcala is the cradle of Mexico. Tlaxcala, so magical that you won't believe it exists.
A little bit of what you will enjoy here at Tlaxcala. You have already heard how the World Championship for Beach Volleyball lasted 20 years to go out from Europe, and we are so proud that now we have it in our country, and more specifically in the state of Tlaxcala. So we welcome Israel Benitez Morteo, the Subdirector of Quality for CONADE. Thank you, Israel. Thank you. Well, please tell us, what does this mean for the Mexican sports, this event, and the message that you have to convey to all of our audience? Well, it's important Mexico holds such a paramount event. This is a landmark in the Mexican sports, as it has been the Pan American Games from Lima and the Central American from Salvador, and coming next, the Chilean Pan American Games. Mexico has a good opportunities to be one of the best teams in the whole American continent, and this time bringing such a relevant event to Tlaxcala with two visionaries like the governor, Lorena Cuellar, and undoubtedly Ana Gabriela Guevara, the director of CONADE. That was made possible for Mexico to host an event of this magnitude. And after 20 years not living from Europe, now we have the capacity that Mexico to be a great host. And of course, it will be a big recognition for Mexican exports. Of course, Mexico has the capacity to organize massive sports and events of all sorts, and also the logistic organization to impeccably celebrate this event. So it will be very interesting to have an event of this nature where there's not a natural beach, of course, but we will implement these arenas in bull rings, so emblematic for the state of Tlaxcala. So now we go to the drawing of lots for the men's teams. So, well, this is the case of Tlaxcala, where there is not a beach, but so we will start with a drawing of lots for the men's team. But before that, not yet, we will know every one of the heads of series for each one of our pools. Olympic champions, worldwide champions, we have Norway with Molensørum in Pool A. In Pool B, we have the head of series, as Sweden. And then we have Pool C, the United States of America, with Pertain and Benes. Then Pool D, George and Andre from Brazil. Next, we go with Pool E, The head of series for Pool E will be Italy with Ranieri and Carambula. From Germany, in Pool F, the couple of Ehlers and Bickler. In Pool G, we have Qatar with Sharif and Ahmed. Italy in Pool H with Cotafava and Nicolai. Then we go next with Pool I with a Brazilian team of Evandro and Arthur. In Pool J, from the Netherlands, Brouwer and Meusen. In Pool K, we have Poland with Losiak and Brill. And for Mexico in Pool L, Sarabia and Virgen. Perfect. So now we are set to know who will be the second team in every one of the heads of series that we have presented in Group L. Now we will see who will be joining Mexico. The team from Brazil, Vitor Felipe and Renato. Now we go in the serpentine system going from L to A with Pool K with the pool team, Tosia Cambril. We will know the second men's team for Pool K, and we have the Chileans, the Grimald team, the cousins, the Grimald cousins present, and now we go with Pool J where Netherlands will be joined by the Netherlands again. Okay, perfect. Immers and Van de Velde. Remember that we may not have three teams from the same country in the same pool. Unless it was Mexico, we could not have two of them, but that is okay. So Pool I, where we have Evandro and Arthur from Brazil. The second team for this pool, for Pool I, we will know in brief. And here we have Perusic and Schweiner, the Czech Republic. Now we go to Pool H with Italy, Cotafava, and Nicolai, who will be joined by Spain with Herrera and Gavira. Now we have the Brazilian team for Pool G, the second team of Brazil in this Pool G, together with Qatar, Pedro Solberg, and Guto in Pool G. Thanks a lot for being with us. We appreciate your assistance, and now we welcome into stage Maday Perez Carrillo, the director of the Institute for Sports in the state of Tlaxcala. Thank you, Maday. It's nice to have you with us. Please, you need to shuffle the spheres very well before drawing the one which is. Now we go for Pool F. Who will be the next team in Pool F? And it is the United States of America with Schalke and Bern in Pool F. Now for Pool E, we know the second team. We have Italy already with Rangieri and Carambula. And now we have the second team in Pool E, and it is Austria, Horl and Horst. Perfect. Now we continue. Who will be joining George and Andre? The United States of America. The team constituted by Crab and Brunner. Now we go to Pool C, where we have Partain and Benesh from the United States. And we have three more teams left for this part from different countries. And From France, Cruz and Gutierrez from France in Pool C. Now we reach Pool B, who will be with Switzerland, Australia with Hodge and Schubert. Now the last sphere and the last team of this Pool A from the Netherlands, the team constituted by Bermans and De Groot. Madai, thank you very much for being with us. And please, now we ask the presence of Viviana Candela to come to the stage, the Olympic athlete of Beijing 2008, representative of beach volleyball. Bibi, thank you very much for being with us, and we will review the layout of the pool so far. Of course, it is becoming more and more interesting. It draws the attention. Pool A, Mexico in L, and also in Rome, the couple by Victor and Felipe and Renato. So, Bibi, please go ahead. Draw the third team for Pool A, please. Italy. The team constituted by Lupo and Rossi. Big experience of Viviana and a quite tall Mexican athlete who is with us today in the drawing of lots for the men's teams. In Pool B, we know the third team. We have Australia and Switzerland, and now we go with Portugal, with Pedrosa and Campos. So we reach Pool C in this moment, the United States, France, and the next team will be Norway with Mu and Bernsen. Perfect, baby. Thank you. We go to Pool D with Brazil and the United States so far. And the third team for Pool D, we will know that in brief. We are in the drawing of lots for men's teams for the Beach Volleyball World Championship Tlaxcala 2023, Ukraine. They will appear on your screen in brief. Great, Bibi. For the time being, we are shuffling the spheres while we see Ukraine on the screen to join the Brazilian and American teams. I mentioned before that George and Andre, the team in third rank in the Roma Worldwide Championship in 2022. And let us remind that we are one step before the Olympic Games of the coming year. A lot of volleyball, that is what we want to continue to see in every year. We hope that this was more often. Yes, of course, we will wait for the screen to be the updating of the third team to be shown on the screen so that the world knows and we can attest on the progress of the drawing of lots. We are totally live in Tlaxcala from Mexico. And in brief, we will have this team to continue with the rest of the teams, and also using the opportunity to invite everybody, Beto, to be aware the tickets are already available. We will be celebrating from the 5 to the 15th of October with this championship. So we will see now who will be in Pool E for the third team. Perfect, perfect. And it is Austria again in the third team with Seidel and Pristaus. Now we go to the next pool, which is Pool F with Germany and USA. What is the third team to participate in Pool F for the men's teams in the beach volleyball championship? Here we have Poland, Cantor, and Stevek. Now we go to Pool G with Qatar and Brazil, and the next team is China. China in Pool G. We continue progressing the seeding of pools. We go to Pool H, Italy and Spain, and the third team to constitute Pool H will be shown by Bibiana, and it is McHugh and Burnett from Australia. So now we go to Pool I, Brazil, the Czech Republic, and now we will know what is the third team. Cuba, with Alayo and Diaz. So here we have the third team, and we have only 3 spheres left. Perfect. So we go with Pool J with 2 Netherlander countries, teams. Here we have the third team of Pool J, and this is the Australians, Nicolaides and Karaher. And 2 more spheres left in Pool K. We have Poland and Chile, and they will be joined by Argentina, the Capogrosso brothers. Here we have cousins and brothers. Well, this will be very interesting. Perfect. Now we have Canada. Let us just ratify that with Viviana. The team from Canada with Schachter and Deering. So they are the third guests in Pool L of Mexico, Brazil, and Canada. Bibi, thank you very much for being with us. Well, now we have a summary. We have already 3 teams in every one of the pools, and we have 1 left to complete each and every one of the pools. There will be very interesting matches, and now we are starting to see which will be the favorite pools. And for that, now we ask the assistants, and we welcome Juan Rodriguez Ibarra, another Olympic athlete from Mexico in the Olympic Games in Sydney in beach volleyball team for men. Thank you for being with us, Juan. And now, shuffle the spheres, and now we will complete Pool L, where we have the Mexican team already. Morocco. So we will be with Abisha and El Asari in Pool L. Shuffling every one of the spheres. Pool K, Poland, Chile, and Argentina, and the fourth team will be Pool K for the men's team. Perfect. Juan is showing us the slip, and it will be Besseron and Linel from France to complete Pool K. Now we continue. We go to Pool J, Juan, who will be the next team that will join the teams from Netherlands and Australia. The team from Thailand, Pitak and Poravid. Perfect. The next pool, Pool I, the Cuban team with Alayo and Diaz. And now we see the last team to complete Pool I, and here we have it, Mexico. The couple, the team constituted by Galindo and Aguirre, the second Mexican team. There's still one missing. We are going in the final portion of this drawing. We have now the fourth team for Pool H will be the next Mexican team, Barajas and Cruz, now completing Pool H. Perfect. Let's go to Pool G with Qatar, Brazil, and China. And we will know the team to complete Pool G from the men's team. Here we have Blanco and Garcia for Pool G from Guatemala. So we continue precisely to know in Pool F. The Chilean team, Aravena and Droguet. Now we go to the next pool. We are about to finish. We go to Pool E. Rangieri and Carambula, the head of series, the Italian team. Here we have the 4 team constituted by Mora and Lopez from Nicaragua. We shuffle the spheres again, and we still have 4 spheres, 4 teams, and for Pool D, we have the team from Gambia with Jawu and Koita. Perfect. 3 teams to be seated. We go to Pool C. 3 teams left to be seated. And here we have, with this team under the FIVB flag, Peter and Hernan. 2 teams left, 2 pools, so to complete Pool B. The team from Ecuador, Leon and Marcos. And we have the team from Mozambique, constituted by Monjane and Ainadinho Martinho. The last team that will be seated in Pool A, and thus we're completing Pool A, the last one to be completed in this drawing of lots. Perfect one. Thank you very much for being with us, and we are summarizing. We're reviewing the layout of the 12 groups, 4 teams in every one of them, in the different venues of Tlaxcala with big matches. We're talking about 10 days of celebration, a lot of action of this sports that we love so much, which is the beach volleyball. And we mentioned that before, big matches where we have our favorites, the locals, and, well, the fans would like a lot to see Norway, Italy. So we are expecting, we are waiting to receive them and to welcome them in Tlaxcala. Well, this is the general overview so that it is clear to everybody. And now we need to hear the final decision and certification made by a last review of the people in charge of defining the final decision, Mr. Yu Xiao, who will ratify and certify that everything has been done according to the guidelines and the regulations. Mr. Yu Xiao will be with us again in stage to make sure that everything is okay. Muchas gracias.
Of many magical hands. So I'd like to confirm that the draw results for the men and also show the women as well. So I can confirm for the men.
Podemos confirmar para hombres y también para mujeres. Los resultados son elegibles y cumplen con todas las regulaciones de la federación, así que vamos a publicarlos, la composición en nuestra página web, y también esta semana decidiremos qué grupo irá a cada ciudad. Entonces, cada una de las ciudades sede de Tlaxcala, y también vamos a preparar el calendario de los partidos que se publicarán la próxima semana. Nuevamente, muchas gracias y
Thank you very much.
El final de la sesión. Muchísimas gracias. And thus we come to the end of the drawing of lots for this championship. Very excited with big matches, big pools. Well, we are very excited and we're just waiting for the best of the world in Mexico. Yes, a little bit more than 1 month to start from the 5th to the 15th of October in Tlaxcala for this event of a very dynamic and exciting sports, a family-oriented sports, slashing sport that demands a physical condition. We were talking with Viviana Juan about the strength of the legs and the height, the physical features of athletes and the phenotypes of athletes on this sport, especially those close to the net. And well, this is a sport that draws a lot of attention, electrifying, exciting sport that will take place in Tlaxcala in October. You'll fall in love not only of this sport, but our city and, of course, the country. Thanks a lot for being with us. And this was the end of the drawing of lots for the Beach Volleyball World Championship Tlaxcala 2023. We will meet and reconvene in a little bit more than 1 month. We will be more than happy to welcome you in digital platforms and, of course, where we will be broadcasting this championship. Thank you.